Hey, welcome back to Project 38. Ranger Sprocket here. Today, we're going to try to show you how to turn a simple piece of glass into a beautiful whiteboard. Stick around, we'll show you how. Okay, great. Rainy day here at the home shop and just piddling around just a little bit. Going to take this piece of double strength glass. I just picked this up at my local glass shop, and it's a 1/8 inch thick, double strength, and we're going to turn this into a whiteboard dry erase. Once we get this step done, we're going to spray paint this on one side of it with a white paint. Doesn't matter what kind, whether it's a flat paint, whether it's semi-gloss or gloss. I just happen to have gloss paint on hand, but flat paint would look nice anyway, because when you paint this, the other side of the glass is where you get your shine from. So you could use a flat paint and then it still be very bright and shiny. Then I've got this piece of MDF here that we're going to do. We're going to glue this to the side that we paint to it. And I've got another piece of material that we're going to saw a little groove in the back of it, make us a little stand to where it'll set up on a countertop. Be handy in every way. Okay, we want to get some glass cleaner. We want to clean this up real nice both sides. You get it cleaned on both sides. That way you can see if there's any smudges, because if you paint over a smudge, it will stay smudgy. This little project, I've made several of these. I have them around my shop where I work at. They're nice to advertise little things going on. We have one outside our front office door. My wife always writes a nice message on it for our customers to see. These would be handy in a church fellowship hall. If you're having a bake sale, you could write up what you're selling, how much the items are. You just put a good morning message on there. Anything, limitless. Put one in your kitchen on your counter, like a whiteboard reminder for the children to take the trash out or empty the dishwasher or whatever. Be nice just to have on the counter, just for a husband to leave a wife a message in the morning that just says, I love you. Okay, there we go. We just want to clean that up real nice. I'm going to go over this a little bit more right here. Okay, after we get that done, let's give that just a few minutes to completely dry before we add the paint. Okay, we've let that dry. We've got the paint. We've shook it all up. We're using Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover Gloss. This is not an advertisement, but if Rust-Oleum, you're listening and you want to sponsor me, I'd appreciate that. Just shake it up, read the instructions, see what it says. We'll operate this in a well-ventilated area. Don't breathe the fumes. You'll rot your lungs out. I'm in my shop outside. I've got plenty of room, heavily ventilated. We're good to go. Few coats is better than one heavy coat. Follow the instructions on the can. Give it plenty of time to dry between coats. This is not critical. We'll let that dry just for a few minutes. Okay, depending on what you got laying around, this was just another cut off of that MDF, and I'm going to cut this shape out. This is approximately 8 inches. This piece of material is approximately 3.5 inches. And I'm just working this for what size of project that I'm working on. Depending on what size you make, you may need it to be a different. It may need to be bigger, it may need to be smaller. So what I did is I come across through here and I gave this a 10-degree inward cut toward my material. Up here, I measured out 5/8 of an inch, and I'm coming down to the edge of my material. So I'm going to have a funny looking triangle here with one straight side. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, that piece of MDF, what I did was I centered it up where I wanted it. Cut me a dado in there. That's about 3/8 of an inch deep. I didn't let it come all the way through. I just kind of stopped it. On the back side, I went ahead and made me a center line to where I know where it is. We're going to drill it, put some screws in it. Here's that piece that we cut, and it's just a little bit 10 degrees. This will go down in here with some screw and some glues. This is a pretty tight fit, so I'm going to have to peck it down in, put a little bit of Titebond down in there. And what will happen is when that's down in and we glue that on, this is going to sit up. It's going to make a stand similar to that. Kind of how that works in the backside. It's kind of what it's going to do. So, but depending on your project, how you make this, how big you make it, how small you make it, you may want it to have more tilt. I wouldn't recommend anything less than 10 degrees. The sharper this is, the more degree angle on here, 15 degrees, the further this will tilt back. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. In a restaurant, in a business, 10 degrees looks about right for the observer to walk up. Can read it well. It's not catching too much light from the ceiling, making too much glare. In the kitchen, around the home shop, that'll work like that. Now we just want to drill. I made some marks on here where I want to drill it. I'm also using a little bit of a countersink because this will be the side that will touch the glass, and we don't want it to scratch our paint. Just a little bit of a counter bore, both sides. That looks nice. Maybe a little more. Clean up our holes. Get our Titebond. This is Titebond Original. It's also waterproof. Get just a little bit right there. And we want to flush this bottom edge up with the bottom edge of this right here. Put that in. Work pretty quick. I'm going to lift it up where I can thump it just a little bit, because sometimes everything needs to be thumped. Oh, that's a nice fit. Norm Abrams would be proud. So that's pushed down in, nice and flush right here in this corner. Then we just want to turn this around, and in those two holes we have some screws ready to go, and just screw those down. There we go. These are nice and set. Turn around and look at it. I've got some good glue pressing out right here. Just clean that off just a little bit. You can see there that bond right there looks pretty tight on the bottom. Okay, we'll let that mirror finish, and then we'll come back and finish this project up. I think everything's dried up now, and we're back over here. I have some double-sided tape. It's a 1/2 inch wide, 3/32 of an inch thick, and we're just going to put maybe 3 strips down this right here. Okay, I've got the strips on there. Shouldn't go anywhere. I'm going to try to remove this backing off of it. It's very difficult to get off. Didn't feel like I was going to be able to represent that better on camera, so I thought I would rotate it and try something different. I'm just centering it up left and right, and I want that leading edge just to be just short all the way across. See how nice and neat that is? Ranger Sprocket, you're not centered. Let me center that up just a little better. I know I can do good. Okay, there we go. We're about a 1/16 of an inch right there. We're just going to try to hold it nice and straight, level, ease it down into it. Just give it a push. Now that is absolutely permanent until it ain't.